Hey everyone, so I just want to quickly talk about the gameplay trailer shown off at the Game Awards. I didn't do an official video on it at the time because I was really tired, to be honest. It was just way too late for me. I ended up staying up till nearly 5 a.m. because of how long the trailers went on. It was ridiculous. But yeah, it was such a mess, and I'll be honest, the award show was pretty boring. For some reason, the award show, they showed off a ton of films and shit, and movies and all this shit that we just don't care about. But let's talk about what we actually do care about, which is the Saints Row trailer. I can't lie, I'm a little underwhelmed, but I'm not too disappointed, which is weird because Saints Row has been dropping the ball over and over again recently, and it feels like that's all they kind of do. But I do have to say this trailer was one of the better ones, but I still am pretty pissed. So I'm more annoyed that I stayed up so late to wait for that. It was just like an action montage, like I said in my stream. I knew it was coming. It was just going to be a Volition and Deep Silver showing off some action in the game and very little actual features, which is what they did. But it was very cool, to be fair. It was a lot cooler than I thought it would be. They showed off a good amount of new features, but they just didn't go into them. So I did see some cool stuff that I'm going to do for a breakdown video in the future. So it's not all bad, is what I'm trying to say. I will definitely be doing a breakdown video, like I said. I'm looking forward to going down frame by frame and just analysing what we saw. It showed off a lot of the map. It showed off a tank. It showed off some more wingsuit mechanics. Showed off some sort of stomp thing. It looked cool, is what I'm trying to say. It looked very cool, and I do think that this game's going to be a blast, from what I saw. But I do have to say, I did want to see a little more about customization. The customization, while it did get shown off, it was nowhere near what we needed. It was very low quality customization. If you can't tell, by the way, I'm pretty tired. It's like 11, and obviously I went to bed at 5, so I'm waking up like a zombie. But yeah, the customization was also just snippets and action shots of it, and it just showed off a few different characters wearing different things. Then it showed off a few cars doing different things. It basically just showed off what we saw in that little segment. That might as well have been the customization segment. There was nothing really into it. It was really cool or anything like that. So I do have to say, a little disappointed with how they showed off no customization again. But they did show off a few features. I'm looking forward to talking about them and giving my thoughts on it fully. But yeah, that was my initial reaction essentially of the trailer. It was a little underwhelming. It didn't give us all that we needed, but it did show off some cool stuff. So it's not awful. But yeah, I think it was a very cool trailer though. I do have to give it that. It was definitely one of the better action trailers from Volition. It did show off, like I said though, it did show off some cool stuff like the tank. We hadn't seen the tank yet, and it was very, very cool. Also, it showed off some segments of the story, which is something we needed. And I'm gonna be honest, it was nowhere near what we needed, in the amount, but it was at least something. You know what I mean? And it showed the boss giving a speech, and I'm telling you, they might bring back the iconic speech from every Saints Row. You know, it's our time now. Let's get this shit started. Oh, dude, if they do that, oh my heart, my feels. Oh, I'm gonna be a happy man. but yeah, I can definitely see something like that happening, and it's gonna be pretty cool. The story, while not being super, developed in this trailer, there was segments of cutscenes, so we could get a little bit of context for what they're saying. Again, something I'm going to go through in the breakdown video, which, by the way, looks like it's going to be a long one, because it was a 1:41 trailer, but there was a lot shown, a lot of new stuff, so, I'm going to have to talk about it, but sadly, all the new stuff that was shown, it didn't go very in-depth, which is the issue. But it's not an awful trailer. I've got to say, it could have definitely been worse, and I'm not too upset about it. I was upset at the time, because I watched the worst Game Awards thing in my life. It sucked. I'm never watching one of those shows again, in my life. It was genuinely just awful. But, yeah, I mean, it was a pretty cool show, I guess. There was a few, cool games out there as well. There were some other games that, to be honest, there were some games that, got me more hyped for that than Saints Row did. There was some really cool trailers, but I'll be honest, the whole thing was just really boring. Because we all just wanted Saints Row, and it was just so far pushed to the end. Everyone was just sitting there. Even Saints Cast was just sitting there bruh, is this it? Come on, man. But yeah, it was a very cool trailer, and I do have to say, yeah, I'm not too disappointed with it. Anyway, that's all from me. I'm going to go to college now, so I'll catch you all later, guys. Sorry for the short video. I'll have a breakdown out at some point. It's going to take a little while, though, like I said, because there's a lot to dissect. Anyway, love you, and I'll see you later, guys. Goodbye.